She come from my tribe. She give me good vibes. Most High made her mine. We take one step at a time. Ay. She come from my tribe. Baby, let me hold you. Do the things I'm supposed to. Let me be the one you see. Baby, let me hold you. Do the things I'm supposed to do with you.
I already got a wife. Been through the wars, check the scars in my life. Bitter and the sweet, purple kisses in the strides. One body, one mind, still 12 tribes. Trying to unify these banners, leaving the house fuller than the tenors. Even when we question, yeah, we festin'. Meet me at the jammers.
Cause she comes from my tribe.
What she do? That's right.
Yeah, we gotta slow down time. I can never slow time. You give me bad vibes, but she gives me good vibes. Let me know where about the team. Bad man things like shine. Finish on her clothes and it shine. And she look like she a dime. Diamond in the rough when they find you. You don't wanna take one time. Oh, she come from my tribe. She give me good vibes. Most High made her mine. We take one step at a time. Ay. She come from my tribe. Baby, let me hold you. Do the things I'm supposed to. Let me be the one you see. Baby, let me hold you. Do the things I'm supposed to do with you.
They don't make them out of used to. Old school riding in the new school. New school riding in the old school, But I'm playing with it. They don't make us how they used to. Old school blind to the new school. New school rockin' with the wheel looked up. Seat back truckin' deuce. No, we don't get down how they used to, Why they gotta get in my lane, Straight is the way to the gate, straight is the way to the gate, MIA. Why they gotta get in my lane, Straight is the way to the gate, straight is the way to the gate, MIA.
I'm gone, can't stick around for too long. I'm moving on.
MIA.
I've been missing, I'm missing in action. Trying my best to read they blame English fleeing from saying I've been missing, I'm missing in action. In my
Way up to the front in the gardens. You shouldn't do that. There's a tree in the midst, 2/3 looking at it like, what we about to eat at? Serpent on the branch, you don't see that. They're like, nah, where you see that? They're like, hey, you should join us. Everybody about to be there. Many called, only few chosen. I can stick around, gotta get going. I got other plans, but this ain't one of them. Gotta stay rooted, there's a storm coming in. Gave with my name, don't know which one it is. If you ain't sealed, then you ain't going in. Hard to make friends when they don't understand. Show them to the light, but they don't clean it. Why they gotta get in my, why they gotta get in my lane? In my lane, straight is the way to the gate. Straight is the way to the gate. In my lane, why they gotta get in my, why they gotta get in my lane? In my lane, straight is the way to the gate. Straight is the way to the gate. In my lane.
I'm gone, can't stick around for too long. I'm moving on.
In my lane.
I've been missing, I'm missing in action.
In my lane.
Trying my best to read they blame. English fleeing from saying.
In my lane.
I've been missing, I'm missing in action. In my head.
No more echo. All praises. Let's begin. This is crazy. Huh? That worked. All right, man. We're gonna get right into it. Give me Romans 15:4. Hey, listen, this class might be elementary for some, those who've been in the truth for a minute, or whatever the case may be, but you gotta realize this. All the stuff that's been going on the last few weeks, these church blitzes, especially what happened last week and the week before that with with Gino, right? A lot of new people has been coming in and watching. A lot of people coming in on Clubhouse and so forth. And a lot of people's coming in based off the pretenses of what he said about your black skin. All right? So we gonna go over just some basic scriptures that our people need to know. All right, it's time for our people to be built up now. All right, to know who they are, so they can be comfortable in their own skin. All right. So we're gonna get Romans 15:4 first. You got that?
The book of Romans. Mic check. The book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
So the Bible was written for us to learn from. It's for us to go and read it so we can identify ourselves. We can identify what our forefathers and foremothers went through so we can learn from it. All right? This Bible is our history book. All right? We got to make sure we reading this thing. We got to make sure we studying. Why? That's important. Because you see what's happening. It's easy for the wool to go over your eyes if you're not reading the Bible, especially when you're in the Christian church. These pastors be saying any and everything, and the people in the congregation don't have no Bibles open. You know, when he said, when he read Romans 3, right? He wrote Romans 3 in verse 1. Then the Negro jumped all the way down to 9. Down to 9. Then they showed the screen, they showed the crowd, and what happened? Nobody had a Bible open to even contend against, like, bro, this ain't right. Nobody had a Bible open. You in church, and you don't prepare to bring your Bible? You ain't got no notepad? You ain't taking notes or nothing? That's a problem. This is why they can always take advantage of us, because we do not want to learn about ourselves. All right, read that again.
The book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Come on.
That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
And the Bible is what's going to give us hope. The Bible was going to give us liberty, give us all of these things, man. It's what's give us faith. We got to be reading the Bible, all right? We can't just be listening to these pastors. That's why, just think about it. Y'all have heard the bishops say it all the time, all of the bishops. Say, we don't want no dumb men around us. We don't want no dumb people around us. You got to know the Bible for yourself. All right? Go read it for yourself. All right? That's what we got to do. We don't want nobody not to know this. Listen, we strive and live by the scriptures. We love being around each other because why? We're constantly sharpening our sword, learning the Bible, studying, all right? Making sure we on point, all right? Well, if something happened, we can be able to teach in season or out of season. We apt to teach at all times. Anybody, a brother 6 months in the truth can run circles around a major pastor. And that's facts. All right? Oh, Shaw, let's play this first video. Let's get the class right. Play that video I said to play first. Then we're going to play the second one. All right, take it off. Take it off and we'll try the next video here in a second. Take it off. All right. It's crazy. So basically what he was saying was he was doing an interview. Geno Jennings was doing an interview. And he was talking about how you should be comfortable in your own skin, right? You should be comfortable in your own skin. You should love yourself, the way that you look, your hair, all of that stuff, right? And then the Negroes switch it up. The true Geno Jennings, not the radio Geno, but the true form of Geno end up showing up. All right, and he gonna tell you exactly. I know y'all seen this video over and over, but it matters. Let's try to play this one and see what happens.
2.
The second chapter of the book of Romans.
And at verse 28. For he is not a Jew.
He is not a Jew.
Which is one outwardly.
Because you got on purple and gold.
Here we go again.
Uh-oh.
That's right.
And because you read from the Old Testament. And because you march around bragging about your cheap, dirty, filthy, ungodly black skin.
Go ahead.
Cheap, dirty, filthy, ungodly black skin.
Go ahead.
Cheap, dirty, filthy, ungodly black skin.
Go ahead.
They ain't nothing but outward Judaism talk.
That's right.
That don't mean nothing.
Amen.
Even if you still got the force of your private part carried around in your hand.
That's right.
If your
No
body is
Bibles.
circumcised, but your heart is not, you's a sinner.
Romans.
No Bibles. All right, take this video off. So, this Negro switched up real quick. All right, switched up real quick. This brother bipolar. It's bipolar, man. He talking about your skin is dirty, filthy, your dirty, filthy black skin. And this is the pastor he's like Deacon said yesterday. Deacon Ithan got on Fix Your Face. He said he's very charismatic. He know how to move the people. You see the black people in there, though, that you see on the screen, they was like, bruh, I don't know what this Negro talking about. But you see the white man got like, yeah, tell them niggers. You know what I mean? That's crazy. But this is a definition. This is what it is, though. Hey, Ashar, give me the definition of colorism. The power of this man's words, man, it runs deep, man. He got a lot of followers. And a lot of people will go along with it. But some people is like, nah, man, I ain't cool with that. It says,
Discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone,
with a dark skin tone, come on.
typically among people of the same ethnic or racial group.
The same ethnic or racial group. Does that describe what this man was just doing? He was showing, by definition, colorism. Your skin ain't nothing. You know what I mean? Your skin ain't, your dirty, filthy, abominable black skin. That's crazy. And this is a pastor that has most of his congregation is what? So-called African-American people, so-called Negroes, right? So just think about that. I'm going to read this again. This is the definition of colorism, all right? Prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone. Notice he making it say, we tell our people that they black, you know what I mean? Because that's what they identify as, all right? Our people identify as being black or brown-skinned people. They should be proud of that. It said prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, typically among people of the same ethnic or racial group. All right? Typically of the same ethnic or racial group. And that's the problem. All right, you can get this off. No. Go back. Yeah, play that again. Yeah. Play it again. Play it again right quick. By definition.
The second chapter of the book of Romans.
And at verse 28. For he is not a Jew.
He is not a Jew.
Which is one outwardly.
Because you got on purple and gold.
Here we go again. For he is not a Jew.
And because you read from the Old Testament. And because you march around bragging about your cheap, dirty, filthy, ungodly black skin.
Go ahead.
Cheap, dirty, filthy, ungodly black skin.
Go ahead.
Cheap, dirty, filthy, ungodly black skin.
Go ahead.
They ain't nothing but outward Judaism talk.
That's right.
That don't mean nothing.
Amen.
Even if you still got the force of your private parts carried around in your hand.
That's right.
If your body
Not a Bible in sight.
but your heart
Look at the way I do it. Yeah! All right, you cut it off. Genesis chapter 1, give me verse 26.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 26.
Come on.
And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea.
It says, and God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, right? That means God, we are a reflection of the Most High God. That's who we are. The Most High created us to look like him, right? Come on.
And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea.
Come on.
And over the fowl of the air.
The Most High God gave us power over the animals, man. That's how important you are. Come on.
And over the cattle, and over all the earth,
Come on.
and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
So it ain't just about your skin color. You have power. You're supposed to have power over everything. But we screwed up. You know what I mean? We were rebellious as hell. A lot of people are rebellious. We hate keeping the commandments of God. The Most High God have spared us so many times, man. All right? So we got to understand that we're much greater than what you think. All right, we shouldn't be seeing each other as niggas. We shouldn't be seeing each other as gang affiliated individuals. We shouldn't see each other as spics or anything like that. We should see each other as the children of Israel. All right, come on.
And over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Verse 27. So God created man in his own image.
In his what?
In his own image.
So he created man in his own image. Come on.
In the image of God created he him.
In the image of God created he him. The Most High God created the man. The Most High God created the man, right? To resemble him. Come on.
Male and female created he them. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply.
Be fruitful and multiply. Okay. Now, give me that definition, Ashar. What it says, the image of God. So God created us. God created us to look just like him. All right. You should be proud of that. That curly, that kinky hair, that's what the Most High God got. You ain't got to go blind your head. You ain't got to bleach your skin. We're going to go over all of that stuff, all right? Because we've been brought down so low. Now it's time to build you up. Now it's time to show you how important your beautiful skin is, all right? How beautiful your hair is, all right? You got it? Pull it up, yeah. You got it? Read it.
Number 7, it says Negro. It's the definition of wool.
No, Negro.
Oh, Negro. It's Negro, colored person, black, blackamoor, Jim Crow, darky, Sambo.
Hold on, it said slang US.
Right.
Slang name for Negro, colored person. These are all slang words from the United States of America, all right? They are against you. And you see this on your application, right? Read it again.
Negro, colored person, black, blackamoor, Jim Crow, slang US.
Come on.
Darky.
They call it a darky. Come on.
Darky, Sambo, Ebony. The image of God.
Say it again.
The image of God.
The image of God. They know who you are. They know who you are. They said the image of God. This is how they look at at God, right? That's why they do what they want to do. They know that the Most High God ain't for them. But guess what? They still call you Negro, colored, you darky, you coon, you Sambo. But they know that you're the image of God, though. They know that. Go back to Genesis chapter 1. Go back to Genesis chapter 1 right quick in verse 26. Give me the first part of that precept.
The book of Genesis chapter 1 and verse 26.
Come on.
And God said, let us make man in our image.
He said, let us make God. It said, and God said, let us make man in our image. It's talking about you. You brothers and sisters, right? You look like the Father. It says the image of God. You should be proud of that. You shouldn't be trying to lighten your skin, buying those, what is those called? Those bleaching creams, blinding your hair, all right? Trying to be like Esau. And what do? They shoot you away. They still call you a nigga. They still call, look, Oprah is a billionaire, and she still have problems. She still has problems to this day, all right, because of the color of her skin, all right? We can't be trusting these people. All right, give me Genesis chapter 2.
The book of Genesis chapter 2 and verse 7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground.
Of the what?
Of the dust of the ground.
Of the dust of the ground. Matter of fact, get verse 5.
The book of Genesis chapter 2 and verse 5. And every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground.
Come on.
But there went up a mist from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground.
Come on.
And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground.
He made him what?
Of the dust of the ground.
Now let's find out what that is, right? The dust of the ground, meaning the soil of the ground, all right? This is what he made us from. Get that picture. Look at that. Look at that soil. That's dark, right? That's a dark brown color, right? Look at the hands that's holding it. Ain't no white man come from that. Ain't no white man come from that. Brother thinking it's Adam. They got Adam all effeminate and stuff in pictures and stuff. Come on, man. The Most High God created you, black man. You should be proud of it. Even the next picture. Now, check this out. This is the different shades of soil. All right? They're all brown. You don't see no white. They're all brown, depending on where you're at. Different shades of brown. This is soil. All right? Like here in Oklahoma, we call it red dirt because our dirt is look kind of reddish a little bit. It's brown, but it's a reddish brown, right? Kind of in between. We got a weird dirt. All right? All right, you can take that off. Let's read it again. Verse 7.
The book of Genesis chapter 2 and verse 7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground.
Come on.
And breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
The what?
The breath of life.
The commandments of God. Come on.
And man became a living soul.
And man became a living soul. Why? Because the commandments is what give us life. All right? The Most High God created you in his image. All right? Be proud of your skin. You're beautiful. All right? You perfect the way that you are. I know America try to make you less than. I know America try to make you feel like you're not give me a second. You're worthless. You're worthless. Put it like that. America make it seem like you're worthless. But they know that you're the image of God. They know that. They wrote that in their text. It wasn't a black person that wrote it. They wrote it in their text. Who you are. All right? They know who the Negroes are. They know you different from these Africans too. All right? There's other people that have dark skin. Hey, Shaw, give me ham in the Zondervan dictionary. Give me ham, the definition of ham. These scholars put everything in the books. The reason why? Because we don't like to read. We don't read. They said, you want to hide something from a Negro? Put it in a book, because Negroes do not like to read. You got it? Read that.
Ham. This is the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. It says, Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood.
So everybody know about Noah, right? Everybody knows about Noah, his family. The Most High just killed the whole dang planet for breaking God's commandments, all right? So it's Noah. It said the youngest son of Noah. This is Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. Come on.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
He became the progenitor, all right, the father, come on.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
Come on.
Not the Negroes.
But not the Negroes. Not the Negroes, though. All right? Not the Negroes. All right? He's not the progenitor of the Negroes. Those are the Israelites. They come from Shem. All right? Down from Shem. All right? Go ahead.
Not the Negroes, but the Egyptians.
But the Egyptians,
Ethiopians.
The Ethiopians.
Libyans.
The Libyans.
And Canaanites.
So those are all dark races. The Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, Canaanites, they are all dark races, right? They're all dark races. All right, let's go back to the scriptures. Let's go back to the scriptures, all right? Give me Genesis 25:25. We're going to go through these, man. We're going to go through these color scriptures, all right? You got it?
Yes, sir. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 25. And the first came out red, all over.
Verse 24.
Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red.
So there was twins in her womb, and the first one came out red. Come on.
And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment.
All over like a hairy garment. Come on.
And they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out. And his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
So basically, they did not mention Jacob's color. Why? Because he looked like everybody else on the planet. Esau is the one that came out a different color. All right? He came out a different color. So, read that again. Verse 25, yeah.
Verse 25, and the first came out red all over like an hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out. And his hand took hold on Esau's heel. And his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew. And Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents.
So that shows you right there that Esau was not like everybody else. Jacob was the exact same color as everybody else on the planet. Dark-skinned brother. He was a dark-skinned man. Like everybody else. All right? Like everybody else. All right, let's get some more. Give me Exodus 2. Give me Exodus chapter 2. We're going to get Moses. Get ready to pull that picture up to Ashar. 2 and 11.
The book of Exodus, chapter 2 and verse 11. And it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown, that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens.
Come on.
And he spied an Egyptian smiting an Hebrew, one of his brethren.
Come on.
And he looked this way and that way, and when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. And when he went out the second day, behold, 2 men of the Hebrews strove together. And he said to them that did the wrong, Wherefore smitest thou thy fellow? And he said, Who made thee a prince and judge over us?
All right, go back up. Verse 11.
Verse 11. And it came to pass in those days, when Moses was grown, that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens. And he spied an Egyptian smiting an Hebrew.
Smiting a Hebrew. So he knew, so the Egyptians were dark-skinned people, as it said in the Zondervan. They were dark-skinned people. They looked the same. That's why Moses can go around. You know what I mean? Moses came and said, let my people go and so forth, right? He was going to Pharaoh. He understood what was going on with his people, all right? But they was dark-skinned people. Go to Genesis 4. Give me Exodus 4, I'm sorry. Start at verse 1.
The book of
We know the Egyptians are dark-skinned people. And the Negroes too, right? Both the same color, different characteristics, right? But they're not the same people. We're not the same people. Go ahead.
The book of Exodus chapter 4 and verse 1.
We just want to go through some color scriptures to show that there's color in the Bible. All right, and it's there for a reason. It's there for a reason. All right? It's there so you can identify yourself in the things that we went through. Go ahead.
And Moses answered and said, But behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice. For they will say, The Lord hath not appeared unto thee. And the Lord said unto him, What is that in thine hand? And he said, A rod. And he said, Cast it on the ground. And he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent. And Moses fled from before it. And the Lord said unto Moses, Put forth thine hand and take it by the tail. And he put forth his hand and caught it. And it became a rod in his hand, that they may believe that the Lord God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, hath appeared unto thee. And the Lord said furthermore unto him, Put now thine hand into thy bosom.
He said, put your hand into your bosom. Put your hand into your shirt. Come on.
And the Lord said furthermore unto him, Put now thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom. And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow.
He said his hand was leprous as snow. So he put his hand into his bosom. Then when he took it out, his hand was leprous as snow, meaning what? Snow is what? White. His hand came out white. So if he was, you know how they have on these movies, everybody's white. Moses is white. Jesus is white. They do all of this stuff because of imagery. Our people think, you got to think about it. You can have a congregation full of black people, and you'll have a white Christ on the dang wall, and people believe it. You go in somebody's house, your grandma's house, anybody's house, they got white Jesus on it. Imagery means something, all right? Imagery means something. It means something to us. That's why they whitewashed everything. Because it means something to them. Esau did it on purpose. They want to feel empowered. They feel empowered because when you see a white person, you see a white Christ. And that's out of order. And that's why you won't deal with them. That's why you hate your brother. You hate your brother in your heart. You'll rob your brother blind with some 22s on a box Chevy, but you won't go to Esau that's driving a Maserati. You wouldn't dare to touch them. Listen, Esau is the most Put it like this. When you got Esau in the predominantly black neighborhood, they're the most safe people in the neighborhood. They can go run, they can walk their dog, they can do whatever they want to. Y'all gonna take, it could be complete gangsters across the street, have a full-out war. You won't say nothing. You know how they say check in? You ain't checking no white people in. You know what I mean? You ain't checking no white people in. Imagery means everything, and that's crazy. We'll kill each other, but we won't even bother to even have a conversation about no. Hey man, what you doing in this neighborhood? They won't do it because when you see a white person, you see Christ. That's why when you say, when you say the kingdom is for you, you can believe everything. I believe we Israel. Yeah, I'm from the tribe of Judah. But what about the white people? Let's say, what about the white people? They don't ask about Asians. They don't ask about Arabs. They don't ask about no other ethnic group. But you worried about the white man, right? Stop doing it. You envy your oppressor. Stop doing it. All right? Give me, is there more on that?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Right.
Well, so he put his hand in his bosom, and he put it out, and his hand was white. It was leprous as snow. It was white. Meaning what? That means that he was a dark-skinned man. Matter of fact, let's finish that, and we're going to get the image.
And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. Verse 7. And he said, put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again and plucked it out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again as his other flesh.
Mm-hmm.
Sit on that.
I think that's Paul. Don't play that. Don't show that one. I don't know if I have that one, that image of Moses. I don't think I have that one. That's John. But we'll get there. We understand that. He was a black, dark-skinned man. That's Moses, all right? Moses. Now, same thing happened to Miriam. Is there more to this what we was reading?
That's it on this one.
That's it. Give me Miriam. Give me Numbers 12. Give me Numbers 12. We're going to prove this, man. Our people, it's all through the Bible. This is why it's important to read the Bible. You know what I mean? People say that's the white man's book, right? That's the white man's book. And people believe it. People really believe it. Man, that's a white man's book. But why they have all these scriptures in the Bible that talks about our people being black? This is supposed to be empowering us, right? Supposed to, Lemuel, front door. This is supposed to be empowering us. The Bible is. The Bible is what, this remember it said, Romans 15:4, whatsoever things was written aforetime was written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. This is what gives us comfort. Like, dang, that's me in the Bible. I see myself in the Bible. Why? Because I'm in the image of God. God created me like him. That's how we got to think. That's how we need to feed our children. Just imagine playing that video when your children hear that, man. Just think about it. Your dirty, filthy, black skin. That's crazy. Matter of fact, hold that. Now let's get Miriam and we're gonna go to it. Numbers 12.
The book of Numbers, chapter 12 and verse 9. Uh-huh. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against him, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle.
Come on.
And behold, Miriam became leprous.
She became leprous. What color was it?
White as snow.
She was white as snow, right? Come on.
And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said unto Moses, alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly and wherein we have sinned.
So they were speaking behind Moses' back, right? So the Most High God judged Miriam and turned her to leprous as snow, meaning what? She wasn't white. She wasn't white. You can't be white and then turn into a white person. You can't do that. All right? What happened was she was a dark-skinned sister. Now let's get the imagery, right? Let's get this video. Sure. We need to get this, where is it at? Hold on, let me look at it. Let me see what I want. See, then it was a sin. All this stuff was happening, right? All right, we mess up, or most I turn us to lepers, right? But now our people is doing it on their own. Give me the bleaching. Give me the bleaching. This is how we hate. We hate ourselves, man. What's going on?
So today I'm going to be talking about colorism again, but mostly this new skin bleaching technique that is just completely crazy. I'm going to show you guys that video.
Here she's talking about colorism.
And give you guys some alternatives to skin bleaching, and I'm going to talk about my experience with attempting to skin bleach.
Here she's talking about colorism.
I'm going to talk about the inferiority complex of black women, dark-skinned women, and my experience being bullied, and just struggles of being a black woman in America and in general, even in Africa, because this situation is so played out in the black and African/black community. It is just sickening. So I do want to talk about some certain topics like the Megan Thee Stallion situation with the white rapper G-Eazy, and then Tika Sumter's sentiments on the Real Talk Show today. There's just a lot to unpack. So let's go ahead and get to it.
As you can see, it's very instant. You can see now it's peeling off, and this is December period. So your instant body wash, your wiping instant body wash, it's very, very effective. Just for 10K, the result is instant. And out of everybody can spark. As you can see, can you see this? Can you see this? Can you see this? Can you see this? It's so peeling off now. Just come out of everybody can spark. Get this done for you. At 30,000 naira.
All right, turn this on.
Can you see? Get this done for you.
Now you see what's going on, right? You see how our people, they hate their skin, man. A lot of our people do. All right? They're trying to bleach their skin. That's why a dark-skinned person a sister will put on a lot of light makeup to brighten themselves up. You got to be careful about that, man. I'm telling you, our people have a complex. This is crazy. They willing to put themselves in so much danger to satisfy other nations or other people, or whatever the case may be, instead of satisfying themselves. They willing to get butt implants. They can shoot concrete in their buns, in their breast. They'll do anything. I'm telling you, our sisters deal with this way more than men do. All right? And it could be it is from society. All right? You envying your oppressor. You want to be a white woman so bad when you the greatest woman on the earth. They're the most beautiful woman on the earth. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native American women. You don't need to change anything. They trying to be like you. You see them getting the lip, what is it called? They lips be about this dang. They lips, they go above and beyond. What is it, lip fillers? They want them big lips, and they look crazy as hell. They get the big boobs, they get the big booty. They try to be like our people. They want to be built like us. You know what I mean? They want everything with us. What's that video that, you ain't got to play it. It was a video where the dude was talking about, we want your, when you have abortions.
Oh, we want your placenta and all that.
We
want the leftovers because it's so rich.
Right, because they can clone that stuff and they can use it. They want our abilities. Listen, we made in God's image. We got certain things that they ain't got.
Hey, that video is heavy. If you really pay attention to that video, there was some billionaires sitting at the table that had some women there. I don't know who these women were. I don't know if they was dancers or whatever, but they know these women had low self-esteem about themselves. They know they didn't care about themselves because how they approached them. They approached these women on the fact of, look, we want you to have an abortion. We'll give you $100.
Yeah, $100.
She was like, $100? You know, that's when she got mad. She don't know he insulted her right from the jump, from having at the table to even bring up the conversation. He had no Edomites at that conversation, no Edomite women, so-called white women at the table. Mm-hmm. You understand? That's disrespectful in itself.
Right. This is the Song of Solomon. A little loud. The Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5.
Come on.
I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem.
He said what?
I am black.
He said, I am black. Solomon said, I am black. Come on.
I am black but comely.
But comely. Comely ain't a normal Negro word. I didn't grow up listening to it. What does comely mean? Ashar. Get comely definition. Definition of comely. But y'all seen what happened. The video we was trying to post was Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa is from Cuba. Everybody know him. He's a MLB, a baseball legend. And as soon as he retired from baseball, he started lightening his skin. Because I don't remember him playing and him being light. It happened after the fact, to my knowledge, right? This man is a completely, they follow that Michael Jackson stuff, man. Completely bleached skin. And he said, I don't give a damn about it. He said, I don't care what people think. So he want to be like a white man. He wanted to be like his oppressor. All the millions of dollars he got, right? Just think about it, Cuba. Cuba is probably one of the, well, they don't deal with America like that, but they still deal with some issues, you know what I mean? With some racism issues and so forth. But they kind of intertwine with themselves. They kind of know a little bit about their history. But this man comes over here and he got the American dream. And what do? He bleaches dang skin. Another one is, we're going to get that after this. Give me that. Give me comely.
This is a definition of comely. It's pleasant to look at, attractive, typically used of a woman. Synonyms: attractive, good looking.
No, go back.
Definition of comely says pleasant to look at.
He said what?
Pleasant to look at.
Pleasant to look at, right? Come on.
Attractive, typically used of a woman. Synonym. Okay.
So pleasant to look at and attractive. So go back to Song of Solomon, chapter 1. What is Solomon telling us?
This is the Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5.
Come on.
I am black but comely.
He said, I am black but beautiful. I'm black. I'm pleasant to look at. All right? I'm black. I'm attractive. Meaning what? He understands. He understands the skin that he's in. He loves who he is. That's what our people got to look at themselves. When you look in the mirror, you got to say, listen, I'm comely. I'm beautiful. All right? That's what we got to do. We got to speak life into ourselves, into each other. Not telling our people that they what? They skin is black, is what do you say?
Filthy.
Filthy, dirty, what else?
Ungodly. Ungodly.
He did say ungodly, didn't he?
Yeah, ungodly skin.
Ungodly skin.
Mm-hmm.
When you're made in the image of God.
Right. Mm-hmm.
What the hell is wrong with this man?
Yep.
He might be going senile, y'all. He might be going senile. He might be going senile. All right? Now, give me Isaiah 61:1.
I ain't going to give him that. He ain't going to see now. He knew exactly what he was doing.
I want to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Well,
He
they had
losing
them Edomites in the crowd, so he wanted to.
He said, yeah.
Yeah, he
Nigga.
don't want to make them uncomfortable. He wanted to make them feel comfortable in their skin.
So you saying
That's why the whole thing, Cap, is I don't care.
So you saying,
that's where it's come from.
So you saying the white man is the down payment of everything?
What happened to
money? Huh?
Watch this, Cap. Okay, watch this. What happened to the '60s? When you remember we used to have the froze. Our women had the froze. You remember that? Mm-hmm. The power to the people because they was proud of their black skin. Right. Remember that? Yeah. Where that went?
It's gone.
Where that went? You know where they went? The 80s, the crack babies. You know what I'm saying? They attacked that because they didn't want that you looking at yourself like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want you to be proud of yourself. They didn't want you to be happy of who you were.
Right. Hey, give me the picture of Serena Williams, Ashar.
Who you are?
Look at this, man. Look at this.
Oh my God. Leprechaun.
Now listen. Now listen. Look at this, bro. She got her natural hair. She's in her own skin. And listen, she thinks she's beautiful on the right. She hates herself on the left. And she thinks she's beautiful on the right. She
my God.
Terrible.
Oh my God, bro.
Terrible.
And this is the problem, you black women. We can't tell you nothing. You can't tell her nothing. You can't tell her, hey sis, you look crazy. You look crazy with that blonde hair. You look like a straight demon. Look like a straight demon.
Look how beautiful she is with her own hair. Her skin tone is
beautiful, bruh.
And look at the niggatry on the right. What the hell?
What I'm saying?
That's what we're saying, man. Our people, we got to speak life into our people. Especially, that's why we go out and teach on the streets and put life back into our people. All right? We put that breath. It's a what's it called? A breath of fresh air into our people. Give me
61 and 1.
Yes, please.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 61, verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek.
So when we go out there and teach, we are commanded to go out there and preach. The Most High put the Spirit on us to go out there and teach good tidings to our people. We gotta speak life into our people with the scriptures. We're gonna have to break them down and then build our people back up. All right? That's what we got to do. We got to speak life into our people. Come on.
Because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek.
Come on.
He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted.
We're there to bind up the brokenhearted. We out here teaching our people because our people hate their own skin. They hate one another. All right? We got to go and build our people back up. Like, listen, you're greater than that. You got to let them know who they got a heritage to uphold. But we lost our way. Look at that, man. She was beautiful on the left. And she hated herself. On the right, now she thinks she's beautiful. She thinks that she got it all. She got a little money. You see how bad built the white man she married?
But that goes back to the saying what you were saying earlier in the class behind how we have to come together. And can I get something real quick?
Yeah.
Get that in Hebrews 10 and 25. Get that in Hebrews 10 and 25, because Satan doing his job and seeing this, what you bringing up right now, is the result of him doing his job.
Right.
We don't look at ourselves with any kind of have any kind of dignity, have any kind of respect for ourselves. Read that.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 25. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together.
Come on.
As the manner of some is.
Read.
But exhorting one another.
We got to do what?
Exhorting one another.
So that's why we going out on the streets. That's why we doing what we doing. That's why we trying to get to these churches, to sit down with our people, to show what we going, how we error. We have to keep God's commandments. We had to come back and say Christ and the Most High and the angels are black. Read.
But exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching.
You done?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is no different from Lil' Kim.
Right. Oh my God.
You see what's going on? Hey, Ashar, I know I didn't get it to you. Ashar, give me the before picture of Lil' Kim, and then get the. Listen, bro, we laugh.
Oh my God.
But bro, this is serious, man.
I know, but still, I'm just thinking of that.
Oh, it's bad, man. She built like a leprechaun and everything. Beautiful, man.
She gonna be in Leprechaun 4.
You got it? Yes, get it right now. Yeah.
And they gonna charge her $500.
Look at her. Look at Lil' Kim.
damn, I'm so far away from the. I can't stand that blonde hair, but
Take the blind wig off, right? Look at Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim was pretty, all right? She was pretty, right? Back in the day, back in the 90s, she was pretty, man. Now show her today, years later, and show her where, show her where she look like now. And this is years of being depressed, not loving herself, all of that stuff, man.
Cap, I want to bring something out.
Go ahead.
Even back then, you can see the start of it. It starts somewhere.
Oh, my God. Yeah, give me that one right there. No, don't you do that one. To the right.
With the color hair?
To the right. Go back.
Go back.
That one right there with the Ninja Turtle suit on. Yeah, with the Shredder suit on. Right there.
That's the one I was...
Golly. Big it. You gotta big that one, bro.
Oh, my God.
So look at this. Look at her now. Look at her now. This is crazy, man.
Look at her face.
Look at her. Look at her face all swole up. Her lips done. Like she ain't have big lips already. Lips done. Cheekbones. And she can't stop because now she's trying to fix herself. Everybody's talking about it. This is the damage that has been done to our people, man. This is what have done. This is the damage. He says the cause and the effects. This is the effects of what happened. People not understanding who they are according to the Bible. People not loving themselves. We are so far, like you said, in the 70s, the 80s, bro. You talking about, the 70s especially.
60s and 70s.
60s and 70s, bro. We love, you talking about, they was strutting with the afro.
Yes.
They love themselves.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Now we so far gone, it's ridiculous, man. We ain't that far removed from that time period.
Cap, it used to be where they understood. When you spoke about your skin, it was a proudness there. I'm proud to be black. I remember that. I remember when I was a kid. I remember how people used to move. You understand? Like now it's like nothing no matter. Nothing no matter. That's crazy. That's crazy. Just to make the Edomites in your church to feel good, because they don't have God skin. They don't have God looking appearances. I don't care. I mean, you got to take it up with God. That don't have nothing to do with me. I'm gonna bring out what God says.
Right.
Period.
All right. Give me Joel 2:27. Did we finish? Finish Isaiah 61. Give me Isaiah 61.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 61 and verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me.
Come on.
Because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted.
He sent us to bind up the brokenhearted. Come on.
To proclaim liberty to proclaim liberty to the captives.
We are to liberate our people. Those that's in captivity right along with us, we up to liberate them. All right? How we do that? Through God's words, through the commandments of God, building them up, showing them who they are, that they're much greater than what they think. Our people really think that they are considered to be the worst people on earth. They really think that they're supposed to be on the bottom. When the Most High God put you on top. The Most High God put you on top from the beginning, but we lost our way. All right? Is there more to that?
And the opening of the prison to them that are bound.
Right. Give me Deuteronomy 7:6. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6.
Come on.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Come on.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
You black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are a special people to the Most High God. Come on.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Unto who?
Unto himself.
Unto himself. Come on.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
We are supposed to be above everybody. We are above everybody. But you got to think it. You got to know it. You got to know your history. Once you understand that you're greater than what you've been living to think, then you'll start understanding yourself. You'll start loving yourself again. I'm telling you, man, we all was lost until we start keeping the commandments. We all was behind the 8 ball until we start keeping the commandments, man. That's what built us up. That's what's got us strong. That's why we teaching our kids who they are, all right? Hey, if we can, golly, if we can, please give me the dog test, please. This is what has happened, bro. They have beat us down. Hold on. They have beat us down so bad. Matter of fact, give me Deuteronomy 28 and 48, right?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
We're going to serve our enemies, come on.
Which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Until he has destroyed thee. See, listen, they beat us down so bad, they don't even have to come against us anymore. We do it to ourselves. We hate ourselves, right? Look at this dog test. Let's push play on that. This is what's happening.
In Brown versus Board of Education, the famous case that desegregated schools in the 1950s, Dr. Kenneth Clark conducted a doll test with black children. He asked them to choose between a black doll and a white doll. In most instances, the majority of the children preferred the white doll. I decided to reconduct this test as Dr. Clark did to see how we've progressed since then. Can you show me the doll that you like best or that you'd like to play with?
This one. I like that one.
Okay.
This one.
That one?
This one. I like to play with this.
And can you show me the doll that is the nice doll?
Look at that, man.
And why is that the nice doll?
She's white.
Wow.
And can you show me the doll that looks bad? Okay. And can you and why does that look bad?
Because it's black.
Wow.
And why do you think that's a nice doll?
Because she's white.
And can you give me the doll that looks like you? "15 out of the 21 children preferred the white doll."
Hey.
So you saying, 6 out of the kids preferred themselves out of 21. 15 preferred the white doll. You see the imagery, bro? You see how bad it is? You see how important it is to breathe life into your kids. Let them know that they beautiful. All right? You women can't be walking around with freaking blonde hair in front of your black babies. Who they gonna look at? Who they gonna look for? And you got white Jesus on your dang the wall, biggest day. Only thing they see is white people being great, but they don't know the history about how we was put in slavery. We was burnt alive. We was hung on trees. So y'all want to get away from that stuff because it's our kids, but our kids need to know that. Bring a white and black doll in front of these Israelite kids. They'll throw that white doll all the way across the dang street.
They'll look at you like, what's wrong with you, Mom? What's wrong with you, Dad?
It's like, I don't want that.
You tripping.
Why? Because we teach our children who they are. It's important. Y'all be trying, I'm telling you, man, you have to teach your parents, you gotta teach your kids who they are. You have to. What's that? Deuteronomy 7 and 3?
Yeah, they got some of they got some of you so-called woke Israelites still got that Christianity in you. You know, you got to get it out of you. I'm telling you, you're going to pay for it.
Right.
You're going to pay for it. If you don't teach it, it's important to put this in your kids because guess what? If you don't, they're going to put something in your kids. You know what I'm saying? They're going to put that self-hatred in your kids.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 6. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart.
Come on.
And thou shalt teach them diligently.
We should do what?
Thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
Come on.
And shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
Start from the beginning again. My bad.
Verse 6. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart.
Come on.
And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
Teach them diligently unto thy children. Come on.
And shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
So we supposed to be teaching our kids, man, all day. Teaching them the commandments of God. Teaching them their history. That's why a lot of you sisters, I know a lot of men go out and work. We go out and work long hours to make sure we bring it home, and providing for our families, right? You sisters have to be equipped enough to be able to teach the children who they are, all right? You need to be going over the scriptures with your kids. You need to be going over the history with your kids, all right? You men don't want no dumb wives that don't know the scriptures.
Right.
Don't know where to go, don't know how to build their kids up. You know what I mean? Only thing they know how to do is give them a box juice and a peanut butter jelly sandwich. That's all they know how to do, and they sit on their behind all day. I'm tired. No. You're supposed to be teaching your kids who they are. They need to know the high holy days. They need to know the 10 commandments. Stuff like that they need to know. They need to know that they are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of.
So you're saying you can't be lazy.
You can't be lazy. Yeah. No, hell no. This is what happens. Laziness is the results of this. Not teaching your children who they are according to the Bible. All right? Not loving your own dang self. If you don't love yourself as a parent, what makes you think your kids is going to love themselves when they grow up? That's why they hate each other when they grow up. They want to be in gangs. They want to shoot one another. That's the culture right now. That imagery right now that's going on, these rappers that's talking about killing each other. What's the name? Was it drill music?
Yeah.
The drill music. Right. All that stuff is designed to keep the black, Hispanic, and Native American men in shackles.
Hey, Cap.
Keep you captivated. What's up?
I seen a TikTok video, right? Of this, I don't know if it was a principal or a teacher, and these kids had on like ski masks. It was, it's been hot. It's been hot. They had on long sleeves.
Them Negroes musty as hell these days, boy. Ain't no way they got a dang ski mask, hoodie, jacket on.
Yeah,
and they musty as hell, boy.
They didn't care about that. And he was like, he's like, why are you wearing this? Why are you? Because you see how they dress in the videos. They have that look. You know what I'm saying? Because the FBI and stuff been going after these rappers. So a lot of the hitmen that be with them, they have on masks now in the videos. They don't come out like they used to be, because they've been getting caught up. So now that trend is falling in. The trend been falling. I'm just trying to point something out. He was like, why are you wearing this? And one of the kids said, because of the ops. He was like, you don't got no damn ops. He was like, no, I don't have no ops. He was like, why are you wearing it? He was like, I don't know. He was like, y'all just following stuff. Y'all just following stuff. It's sad how we just follow. And then when you come with the truth, when you come with the correct way, and we tell you, hey, you are a king, you are a God on this earth, they look at you like you got 6 heads. Look at you like you telling them something foreign. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? What are you talking about? They can't understand that. That's why, can I get a scripture real quick? That's why Christ had this issue, because the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that's our people. You, us. We are you. You know what I'm saying? We got to deal with us first. We got to go home and deal with home first. All right? Then we can straighten out everything else.
Like they be saying, hey, why y'all don't go to the white churches and blitz them? Our people ain't there. What the hell we gonna go down there for?
I don't give a damn about them.
They living good. They ain't living in the ghettos. They ain't living at the bottom of society. It's our people. What the hell why we need to go there? The Nichols Hills for?
The hell for what? Nah. Read that in Matthew 13.
The book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 54.
Read.
And when he was coming to his own country,
When he was coming to his own country, read.
he taught them in their synagogue,
Uh-huh.
insomuch that they were astonished.
Now this is Christ speaking. He said when he came in his own country, he taught them in his synagogues. He was always amongst the Jews. I want to point that out. He was always amongst his people, Cap. Read.
He taught them in their synagogue, insomuch that they were astonished and said, whence hath this man this wisdom and these mighty works?
You know what? That's what Esau say about us. They look at our videos. They watch how we move. They see. You remember when we was on the quest? How they look at it like, damn, how they get on? How they moving like this?
Oh, they was amazed.
You seen that?
Oh yeah, it was amazing.
Read that.
Whence hath this man this wisdom and these mighty works? Is not this the carpenter's son?
That's what they say. I'm just using this for this. They say these some niggas from the ghetto moving like this when we go marching through the streets because we wanted to show that imagery. That marching is very important. What we do is show that unity with the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans coming together. That it can be done. I had this guy at my job. He was saying that he looked at my shirt and he seen my fringes, and that's how the conversation started. He was like, "What is that on your shirt? I see you wear that all the time. What is that?" And I told him what it was. I said, it's the representing of God's laws. And he was like, God's laws? Okay. What is that? I don't get it. You know, I said, it's in the Bible. He was like, well, you know, I'm a Christian. I believe, you know, I never seen this. I'm like, I let it go. I didn't want to go into it on the job. The next day.
Your ass be fired.
Yeah, but the next day, hold on. The next day, you know, all of them saw that. Oh, they saw the shame. So he was like, you an Israelite. This was like, well, not the next day, but the next week. He was like, you an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I'm an Israelite. And I was giving him a little bit. And he was like, well, I don't understand it because if what y'all trying to do, I can see it happening with if you grew up with people. I can see if it's in your neighborhood. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? He's talking about coming together. I was like, so you saying that we can't come together all over? He was like, nah, I can't see that. He's saying that he can't see blacks and Hispanics coming together like California, New Orleans, New York, Michigan. He can't see that power. You understand? But that's what I'm saying. Them marches is important.
Let's give an example. And this is what Gino, I don't want to get off him, but Gino painted the picture, right? When you see black men, a lot of black men in one area, what do you expect? What happens? There's a murder. There's a fight. There's something that happens, right?
Right.
So you're talking about, I don't know how many people we had. Let's say 100 men, 200 men, right?
Yes.
That came up and pulled up to Gino Jennings' church. He painted the picture that all these Negroes that's coming, they came for violence. You know what I mean? Like, what happens when all these Negroes is around? Some stuff happens.
Right.
But what you don't realize, that we got God on our side.
Right.
When we show up in numbers like that, stuff stops. Period. Telling you, bro, no crime happens.
They even say it.
No crime happens when we show up on the scene. Why? Because God is with us.
Right.
God is with us. I'm telling you, I guarantee you, at that little shindig, it was an altercation that something happened. But when you talking about when we go to Passover, when we go to Tabernacles, when we have men's conference, when we go out into a blitz, when we go out in March, bruh, there's no issues. Why? Because we all on the same page. We understand the mission. We understand the commandments of God. That's the only thing that got us there. That's the only thing that's gonna keep us from going to negative.
Okay.
What's up?
Do you remember, I just seen this on a video on Facebook. The whole church was fighting. They had like a WWE. I don't know. Bruh.
Yeah.
You see that?
Exactly. Hey, Where's this video?
Tag me in, you know what I'm saying?
Ashar.
Y'all remember the cage match? The cage, that's what it looked like.
Ashar.
I know I'm talking about something old, ancient. They don't do that no more. The cage wrestling, that's what it looked like.
Do you have the video? I know I didn't post it. He just made me think about it. The video of them fighting
I can send it
church.
to him.
You got it?
I can send it to him.
Send it to him. Listen, we don't have those issues. We don't have these issues at all.
Oh my
Christianity is a joke. Listen to me, man. It's a joke. Period. It's to keep us in sin. It's to keep us not loving ourselves. It's to keep us at the bottom of society. I'm telling you, these churches want the neighborhood sick. They want them as sick as possible. Why? Because they feed off of it.
Mm-hmm.
These pastors get power off of you. Off of your poverty, off of your issues that you have, they get power off of that. So when truth comes out, you totally against it. You totally against it, and what do? You still side with this man.
Damn.
You still side with this man that's teaching you lies. Matter of fact, give me Isaiah. What's it?
Can I finish this scripture real quick?
Yeah, go. Here
Let me finish this real quick.
13:55. Matthew chapter 13, verse 55. Is not this the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Mary?
That's how they look at it. All these niggas and all this or whatever. Read.
And his brethren James and Joseph and Simon and Judas and his sisters, are they not all with us?
And this is how our people look at us. You just a nigga. Who are you? You ain't nothing special. You ain't nothing special. Read.
Whence then hath this man all these things? And they were offended in him.
They what?
And they were offended in him.
They was offended in Christ. They was offended. So when we bring out the scriptures and say he was black, black folks get offended. They get offended that God is black. He had woolly hair. Christ is black. He had woolly hair. They get offended by that. They get upset. That's that hatred they have in themselves.
Color matters until you say he black.
Yeah, they get offended. Read that part again.
And they were offended in him.
And they were offended. Read.
But Jesus said unto them, a prophet is not without honor, save in his own country.
In our own nation, a prophet is not in honor because they do not care about themselves. Read.
And in his own house.
Read.
And he did not many mighty works there because of their unbelief.
Because you don't believe, God can't move in the nation. He can't move how you want because of your unbelief. Crime won't stop because you say you don't. On Clubhouse, you have men, black men. Nigga, you ain't no Jew. Nigga, what's wrong with you? I'm a Gentile. I'm a Gentile. All right, bro, what Gentile are you? It doesn't matter. Damn, bro, why you so hostile? Why you so angry?
You know what's crazy? My pops, right? My pops ain't actually in yet, but he understands and believes. You know, he's starting to get there. When I first came to him, when I first came into the truth years ago, I was teaching. You know how we do. We learn the truth. We regurgitating all the scriptures on them. We don't care about your feelings. We going in on everybody. The whole household pissed off at me. I'm at my parents' house going in on everybody, bro. Everybody against me. And my daddy walks into the kitchen, right? He said, Gentile. I said, what the hell? I said, Daddy, what does that mean? He said, look it. No, I knew what it meant. I was like, what do you mean by that? You a Gentile. I was like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not a Gentile. He was like, look it up. And he mobbed off. My daddy thought he did something. But check this out. Years later, my daddy sees it now. He like, dude, we are those people. Hey, I need that Bible with the Apocrypha in it. Yeah, I need that. That's what my daddy said.
Damn.
My daddy came and spent tabernacles with us.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to see how things was going. It took time for me to get myself together and be consistent with keeping God's commandments for my daddy to be like, you know what? Dang, you ain't crazy. What you're saying is right. You know what I mean? dang, y'all really do know the Bible. Y'all really care for y'all people. And listen, my daddy will go, some stuff happened, my daddy pulled up before faster than anybody did. He protect us, you know what I mean? We're still trying to work on him, but he sees this is the truth now. You know what I mean? He's starting to see it. He's starting to see he ain't quite there yet, but we working on him, man. You know, we working on him. But it goes from that to knowing like, oh, you a Gentile, we this, to like, nah, we ain't them. Mm-hmm. We them Jews. We them people of the Bible.
That's what you're saying is very heavy. That's why we have to get Matthew 5:17. That's why we.
Hold on, let me get.
Yeah.
Isaiah 30.
Yeah, get that. Bro.
This is what's happening. Isaiah 30. This is what our people want. Mm-hmm. I know we ain't got much time. I know, Captain. We got like 30 minutes. Well,
the book, verse 10.
Start at verse 9.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 9. Mm-hmm. That this is a rebellious people, lying children.
What are our people?
Lying children.
No, they are what? The first part.
Lying children.
You said.
Oh, that this is a rebellious people.
Our people rebellious as hell. They hate God's laws. They don't want to do what God's tell them to do. And that's the reason why we're in the conditions we in today. That's the reason we went into slavery. Because you don't want to listen. All right? Come on.
That this is a rebellious people.
Come on.
Lying children.
Our children. Listen, the Most High God's people be lying they behind off. They lying children. Come on.
Children that will not hear the law of the Lord.
They don't want to hear the laws of God. That's why people got a problem now accepting. Listen, you can't tell me that these people don't know what we're saying is true. It's just the point that they're so seared with a hot iron, they just like, what if? What if it ain't true? I'm going to stay over here. The Bible is telling you what's true. You know what I mean? And our people still, they're so indoctrinated with Christianity. Christianity is the worst. Christianity worse than
crack, heroin, whatever drug you can think about.
Monkeypox, whatever, Agent Orange, whatever you can put out there. Bro. Christianity is worse than everything on the planet.
Everything.
It controlled a whole race of people, the Israelites, bro. You know what I mean? It controlled us. It's like with Nat Turner, right? Remember what happened in the movie Nat Turner? Mm-hmm. They had him, he can read, we're going to use him. And what is he doing? He was going to plantation to plantation, reading a Bible that was trying to cater toward them. Servants, obey your masters, right? Stuff like that. Till he started understanding. He wasn't just reading no more. He like, hold up. That's talking about me. Mm-hmm. That's talking about us. We the one in chains. Mm-hmm. We the one just came from them slave ships. Oh, nah. I'm finna rebel against them. And what he started doing? He starts using the scripture to speak life to the people. He started motivating them. He started growling them up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's what he started doing.
Hey, Cap. Remember that show Hell on Wheels? It's a show called Hell on Wheels where they had a little boy who knew how to read.
Oh yeah,
he knew how to read, and the two slave masters, Edomites, so-called white people, they were speaking about it's dangerous for them to be reading, right? Yeah. And he was like, he don't know. Watch this. Do you know what you're reading? No, he played the dumb part. Right. But when he went back to the stable, he went to speaking that who they were.
Right.
And all of them grabbed some slaves. They sat there and got the understanding. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro.
That's what we talking about. That's what we out here doing. We building our people up through the scriptures. We're bringing the nation back, the nation of Israel back through the scriptures. Mm-hmm. All right. That's how we doing. Go ahead. Let's finish that. We got to get through these scriptures.
Verse 10. Verse 9. That this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord.
Come on.
Which say to the seers, see not.
Let's say to the seers, see not. Come on.
And to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things.
He said, y'all don't prophesy to us the right things, the things that we supposed to do. Y'all supposed to make me feel good. Y'all got to make me want to give my money. Make me want to give. Listen, I just seen a video. Y'all see me post. If you know me on Facebook, you friends on Facebook, I just shared a video of this dude talking online and said, I need 300 people to cash at me $70. I want you to sow a seed. Sow a seed. I want 300 people. And they all talk the same. They try to talk in that Christianity.
Oh, that's
you know what I mean? That I'm pastor, effeminate. You know what I mean? I need you to sow a seed. I can't do it. I ain't built for that.
Listen, Cap. Every time they hop on Clubhouse, I'll be about to break my phone. I can't stand it.
It's terrible.
I had a headache for 2 days listening to these effeminate, weak men. I'm telling you, I can't stand the way they talk. I can't stand it.
I need 300 people to pay $70. And then I want you to send me an email and let me know that you sent it. He said, God gonna move
That's
me.
That's that pimping.
I want 10 of y'all to sow $2,000 seed. Then I want your email and your phone number. We're gonna call you personally and show you what's about to happen to you. Bro, this dude about to raise $41,000 in 30 minutes. That is evil as hell. That's what our people like, though. They won't pay their bill. They'll sow their seed because they think they'll get millions back. Prosperity is the worst thing, a part of Christianity.
Cap, I went and visited a church. This is before Katrina, when I was still living in New Orleans, right? This is before Katrina. I went to this church. It was it was like a mega church, right? Yeah. So we would go in there. This man, after the service, now I don't know why I went back, but I went back. I'm gonna tell you about 2 instances when I went. I went there. They brought us in this room and would not let us leave until we gave some money, bro. They was like, the man said,
y'all might as well be in a bank.
No, look what the man said, Cap. Look what the man said. He said, listen, this is something that it has to be done. You have to give something. Look at you see all the TVs on the wall. You see this stuff. What's happening?
In my house.
What he was saying is like, somebody got to pay for it. We got to get this paid. We got to get. That's what he kept saying. And I gave him $5 just to get out the room. I'm like, here, get this $5, man. Just get me out the room.
Said, you cheap nigga. Get on out.
The next week I went there. I wasn't really paying attention. Then the second week I went, this will piss me off. That's why I ain't go back. When I went back the next Sunday, I'm sitting down. The service is over. So now they're not happy with this guy came up on the stage. They wasn't happy with the collection. They went back and said, the man said, we're not leaving until we get this amount. I can't remember what amount it was, until we get this amount. Y'all don't have enough faith in this house. When he said that, I said, I'm leaving. I'm going to fight my way out of here. I'm going to leave. You ain't getting nothing from me. I'm getting out of here. I was so mad. I was so pissed off.
That's strong arm.
I'm like, how you want this going?
Strong arm robbery.
And I seen it then.
They would have hit your ass over the head.
Hey.
You can walk out there.
Hey, Cap.
They would have stepped behind you, put that rag over your mouth. You'd have passed out.
And they would have went in my pockets.
Hey, run his pockets, G. Run his pockets.
Oh my God.
They would have pat you down.
My God.
Hey, finish that. Finish that.
Verse 10, which say to the Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 10.
Come on.
Which say to the seers, see not.
Come on.
And to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things. Prophesy deceits.
So our people want us to prophesy to them smooth things. Prophesy deceit. That's what these pastors are doing. That's what Gino doing. That's what T.D. Jakes is doing. Creflo. Creflo just made the biggest money scheme on the planet, and y'all don't even know it. Y'all talking about the tithe deal. That dude didn't retract on tithe. Now he's saying, you know what? You ain't got a tithe. He ain't forcing you to tithe. But Negro, I want you to give me what you save. I want you to be the lowest possible. Then I want you to give as much as possible. That dude wicked as hell. These major pastors y'all listening to, y'all are listening to deceit, and y'all love it. Y'all like it. I got to get out of that, man. Get out of that.
And they like it because he's able to tell them it's okay to be this. It's okay to be that.
Right. You ain't got to keep the big. What do you say? You ain't got to don't have to keep the Big Ten. Right. But you keeping ties. Come on, bro. Give me Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. More black scriptures. Jeremiah 14, 2.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14 and verse 2.
Come on.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground.
The who? Judah is what?
They are black unto the ground.
Judah is black unto the ground. All right? Judah is black unto the ground. Christ is from the tribe. That right there kills what Gino is talking about. Dude got a white head and black feet. I don't understand. He said he white in the face. Some dude said something on TikTok. These TikTok passes making me sick. He believes that, right? He said the white head means prosperity or something like that, and the black feet burned in the furnace means that it's the lake of fire. Right. I'm like, what? These people be making up stuff, bro. Making up stuff. Matter of fact, give me Hebrews to prove that Christ is from Judah. Give me that. Hebrews 7. You got it?
Yes, sir.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. It's crazy, bro.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 7 and verse 14.
Come on.
For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood. Hebrews 7:14.
Yeah. Read it again.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 7 and verse 14.
Come on.
For it is evident, that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
That Christ sprang out of Judah. And what did it say? Judah was black unto the ground. Jesus was a black man. It's telling you right there.
Cap. They try to make Christ, he didn't have no nationality. He didn't have no family while he was on the earth. We just read the scripture, his brothers and
nobody know what color he is.
You know, that's crazy. And they're going to pay. Listen, you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it because the answers is here. Do not let no one take your salvation away from you with that foolishness. You have to study because guess what? Satan is that's what happened with Eve.
You said your salvation. You said don't let nobody what?
Take your salvation, meaning don't let them take your salvation.
Matter of fact, give me Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. Baruch chapter 4. Baruch chapter 4.
Don't let no man take your salvation from you. Because
you got it?
Yes, sir.
Start verse 1.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1.
Come on.
This book of the commandments of God and the law that endureth forever, all they that keep it shall come to life.
All they that keep it shall come to life. The book, listen, the law that endureth forever. This is the book of the commandments. It says, this is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endureth forever. Come on. And all they that keep it shall come to life. And all they that keep it shall come to life. Come on.
But such as leave it shall die.
But if you want to get away from the Bible, from the law, statutes, and commandments, you gonna die. Mm-hmm. That's what the pastor is telling you to do. To get away from the law, which means what? You gonna die. Yes, the Most High will judge you for eating pork. Yes, the Most High will judge you for wearing pants when you're a woman. Yes, the Most High gonna judge you for wearing a dress and you a man. God won't do that. I don't think God would do that to me. You crazy. He killed the whole world but 8 people. He drowned babies, animals, he drowned everything. Come on, bro. Come on.
Verse 2. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated.
Come on.
Give not thine honor to another.
Do what?
Give not thine honor to another.
Don't give your honor to another. Don't give your honor to other people. The Most High God give you the promises, the laws of God, the covenants. He gave you everything, as it says in Romans 9. He gives you all of that stuff. You are in the image of God. Don't get into these, what about the white people? Mm-hmm. What about them? Why they can't go into heaven? Mm-hmm. So you want somebody that beat your back for over 400 years? to be in the kingdom of heaven with you where it's peace, that's let you know that our people is stuck on stupidity. Read on.
Verse 3, give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable.
Not what?
Nor the things that are profitable.
Nor the things that are profitable unto who?
Unto thee, to a strange nation.
Unto a strange nation. Don't give that to them. They don't deserve it, none of that. But we got to wake up as a people. We got to start loving ourselves. We got to keep the commandments of God and faith in Christ. That's what we got to do. We got to speak life into one another. We got to stop coming against each other, having hatred towards your brother, having hatred towards your spouse, your kids, all of that stuff.
It's mighty funny that you got these Christians in the comment bowls and saying all this type of stuff, but then when we step to them, they don't got nothing to say when we come to the church and we want to speak. Let's talk now.
Because that's still Isaiah 30.
You're the devil. No, yeah. I want them to see me. I want them to see me, the Christian. You are the devil. You are the devil. Here it is. We come to your churches. You don't want to say nothing. You don't want to say anything, but you talking all this crap in the comment section, saying stuff that's unbiblical. You can't prove it in the scriptures. What you're saying, you can't prove it. Everything you've been saying, Cap, everything you've been bringing out, what you've been doing? Give me that scripture. Go to Isaiah. Go to Deuteronomy. Go to Revelations. Go to Matthews. This is what we doing. You pulling, and then when you do pull the scripture, you're butchering it. It's not saying what you're saying. That's not talking about that. You all out of whack.
What then? No.
I'm telling you, you look stupid. You look stupid. Stop it. You ain't keeping no commandments. None of us can, go ahead, Cap.
Give me Lamentations 4. Lamentations 4, verse 7. Yeah.
And listen, I want to get this one thing too before you go. We ain't stuck on colorism. We ain't on that like that. The Israelites are black folks. Now we know that we're gonna have some Israelites that's gonna have different skin tones. Yeah. They're gonna have this. They're gonna look like a so-called white person. They're gonna look like it. You understand? We already understand that.
Matter of fact,
but we talking about Esau. He's done.
Give me Numbers.
That's what we say.
Give me Numbers 1. Yeah. See, this is the thing. This is another thing that I ain't seen nobody mention it. What Chino said. If you're a descendant from slavery, right? You came here on the boat, right? You got white blood in you. It's not true. It's not true at all. So you mean to tell me every woman got impregnated by the slave masters? What you saying? That's what you're saying. That's not true. Didn't they breed us? They bred us like freaking cattle. They bred us. Even have it to where you even slept with your own daughters. Boys were sleeping with their own mothers. They bred us to do what? To build a better black man, a better slave. That's what they did. They bred us. So what you talking is stupid. Yeah, you can trace your ancestors back to the moon. Like what? Are you kidding me? Tell you this brother hate himself. But guess what? Money is keeping him. Tell him this dude is pompous, man. Pompous. He's on that high horse. He can say what he want to say. People like him because he talk against T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar. He talk against them. He kind of controversial a little bit. But the dude's stupid. He don't know nothing. He don't know the scriptures. Come on, man.
Numbers.
Read on. Yeah, read that.
The book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 17. And Moses and Aaron took these men which are expressed by their names, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month.
Come on.
And they declared their pedigrees. Their pedigrees.
Their pedigrees. Your lineage. Come on.
And they declared their pedigrees after their families. By the house of their fathers.
By your father. You are who your father is. Yes. Your skin color only matters to a certain point. All right? Because there's some lot of dark-skinned people
Deep.
that ain't Israel. They father's father is a white man. That means they Esau. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But the scripture says, if the scripture bear witness with you, it's talking about you.
Right. But the reason why we bring out the color, the color in the scriptures, because right, number one is that we have to, like the scriptures say, tear down everything that exalt itself against the knowledge of God. The knowledge of God say Christ is a black man. Can I get one scripture? Okay, I'm sorry. Get that 1 John 5. 1 John 5. Because these people, 1 John 5, you know what I want? 1 John 5 and I think it's 10. I'm shooting from the hip. Just 1 John 5 and 10.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 10. He that believeth on the Son of God.
Yeah, that's what I want. He that believeth on the Son of God, read.
He that believeth on the Son of God hath the witness in himself.
You have the witness in yourself, right? Where you get that witness from? Where you get it from? From the scriptures. From the Bible. Read.
He that believeth not God hath made him a liar.
Have what?
Hath made him a liar.
You made God a liar. You saying that what he's saying in the scriptures, that ain't what it is. Read.
Because he believeth not the record that God gave of his son.
This is the record of God. This is his record. This is what he gave of his son. He said his son had woolly hair. He was a black, dark-skinned man. And we have to tear that image down that Christ was white. Even in some of these videos, these rappers, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Boosie happy with the image of white Christ. Kanye West. All that stuff is going to the images
they
of
our Jesus piece
yeah.
and all that, yeah.
And that's white men that they portraying, holding up high. Right? Read.
Because he believeth not the record that God gave his son. And this is the record that God hath that God hath given us eternal life.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Give me Lamentations 7. Did we already go there?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Lamentations 4.
4 and 7.
Yeah.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 7.
Let's read quick.
Her Nazarites were purer than snow. They were whiter than milk. They were more ruddy in body than rubies. Their polishing was of sapphire. Their visage is blacker than a coal.
Their what?
Their visage is blacker than a coal.
Meaning their appearance, their visage is blacker than a coal. You know how black that is? Come on.
Their visage is blacker than a coal. They are not known in the streets.
Now give me Lamentations 5. 5 and 10.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 5 and verse 10. Our skin was black like an oven.
Like a what?
Like an oven.
Like a what?
Like an oven.
Like an oven. Come on.
Because of the terrible famine.
So just think about it. Like black like an oven. Just think about you cooking, you burning stuff in there. What color is that thing? I ain't talking about you go into your house now. I'm talking about back in the day. What happened? They was using certain ovens to put wood and coal and all that stuff in it. It's black in there. Because why? Because you're cooking on it, right? He said it's blacker than an oven. Come on, Job 30:30. Job chapter 30, verse 30.
The book of Job, chapter 30 and verse 30.
The Bible, when I found out that all these scriptures was talking about me, that I'm black this, black that, bro, I was liberated.
Yes.
I was liberated. I was like, and I was at the point of searching. I was looking. I almost joined another Christian church. I seen him throwing money on the dang stage like he was a stripper. Like he was a Chippendale or something. But they was just throwing money up there. I said, oh, no, hell no.
That's another one of them scriptures.
No.
That's another one of them scriptures they use out of context when they put lay the money at the apostles' feet.
Man.
They use that, and that's where they came from. They used that in Acts.
Bro, I thought it was a strip club. They was throwing wads of money on. I said, what am I in, bro? Nah, I'm cool. Then I found the truth shortly after that. I was searching though. When I found out that my people went on slave ships, that our people was black and all that, bro, I was liberated. I ain't left nowhere. The Bible is a true book. You got it?
Yes, sir. The book of Job, chapter 30 and verse 30. My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burned with heat.
You said, what?
My skin is black upon me.
My skin is black upon me. It keeps saying it. You talking about these are different people throughout the Bible saying their skin is black. You should be proud of it. Sisters, wear your natural hair. Get your behind up early in the morning, quit being lazy, and do your dang hair. Don't be going around, you got kinky hair, whatever. Listen, I've seen some beautiful styles with the hair in the natural state. So don't give me that, lady, where you got to have a perm and all that stuff. You got to put a wig and all this different color weave in your head. Stop that. You can use your natural hair. You seen, I don't think that was a perm, though. I don't know. But you seen how Serena looked. She had her hair down. It was her natural hair. She looked pretty. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You got now sisters wearing the dreads.
Her skin was glowing, bro.
Bruh.
Skin was glowing. It was
On
glowing.
the right, she looked like she was 70 years old. Hey, she like what's the white character with the cowboy on Martin when he had the
Cowboy. That's what his name. Cowboy. That's what his name was.
Hey, guy. Yeah. That's what the hell she looked like. She like her name is Woody. The hell is this? Look at that, bro. Come on, man.
Oh my God,
Y'all
that's
beautiful.
not.
Y'all beautiful.
Then her legs is different from the color of her face. That just look bad, bro. It just look bad.
She thinks she dropped dead right now.
And it's only gonna get worse.
And you
It's only gonna get worse.
A lot of them do this when they have a white spouse. You know what I mean? A lot of them do that when they have a white spouse. I seen dang, I don't want to do no more videos. But it's a soccer player, right? He's a famous soccer player. And he ended up changing. I mean, this Negro, there you go, right there. That Negro's dark. On the left.
Damn.
I mean, press play. Let's go ahead and do it.
Hey.
Just real quick. Just real quick. Find it. I didn't get no time stamp on it.
Is going viral, a professional footballer, for the change in his skin due to the extreme forms of bleaching. Hey guys, it's Rob Morali. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Back at it again, guys. With another
He
video.
look like Ishmael.
Subscribe. It's daily and consistent content. And let's get straight into this video.
He even disgusted by it.
So, a particular YouTuber who plays for a club, his name is Keith Boldy.
All right, stop, pause it. There we go. That's all we need to go because we ain't got much time.
This is bad.
Look at this guy. Look.
This is bad.
He like,
This is
man, I'm
bad.
struggling right now. Now he think like he's relieved from being light skinned. He talking about he did a face regimen and all that. Negro, you bleached your skin. Look though.
Damn, bro.
Even on the left, he's straightening his hair out. He's straightening his hair out. He's blonding his hair. It was a transition.
Damn, bro.
That when you envy, guess what? His wife is a white woman. She loves it. Now he feel like he's perfect. He fits in with them. All the money in the world don't even satisfy our people, bro.
Listen, he's not happy, bro.
He ain't happy.
He's even in the lighter. He's still dark, man. Even in the lighter skin, he tried to get a white. He tried to get that white skin. That's what he tried to do. He tried to get that red, pinkish, nasty looking, smelly, like
the
smelling like mayo.
Like the
They be smelling.
sister that was getting her skin scraped away by a dang spoon.
They be stinking, bro. Smelling like I don't know. I can't. It just smells like every time I'm around them, I'm going to throw up. It's just a nasty smell.
All right,
sorry,
get
that's how y'all skin. Y'all
All right,
skin
get off of
stink.
that. But
It
you
stink.
see
Skin
what
stink.
happened.
Don't get mad with me.
You see on the screen, he has a white woman. I mean, a white wife. And Deuteronomy talks about that, bro.
Ooh, Jacob
talks about us going against and serving other guys, right? Give me Daniel 7. We got a little bit of time. Well, we ain't got much time.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 9. I beheld to the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit.
And who?
And the Ancient of Days
Which is
did
God,
sit.
the Lord God of Israel. The Lord God of Israel is sitting down, meaning he has a body. Come on.
And the Ancient of Days did sit whose garment was white as snow.
He had a garment on. Come on.
And the hair of his head like the pure wool.
Like what?
Like the pure wool.
Like the pure wool. Like the pure wool. Come on.
His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire.
Come on.
A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him.
Drop down to verse 13.
Verse 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days.
So hold up. According to Geno Jennings, God came to God. He said Christ is God, right? That's what he said. He said Christ is God. So that means God came to God. How is that possible? How is that possible? Read that again.
Verse 13, I saw in the night visions, and behold,
come on,
one like unto the Son of Man.
Which is Christ. One like unto the Son of Man, come on.
Came with the clouds of heaven.
Come on.
And came to the Ancient of Days.
It came to the Most High God. They're not the same people. Stop the lies, man. It's simple. Just read. Come on.
And they brought him near before him.
All right. Give me Daniel's 10.
The book of Daniel, chapter 10 and verse 6.
Come on.
His body also was like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass.
Like in what?
Like in color to polished brass.
Like in color to polished brass, which was already was going to be explained later in Revelations. Come on.
And the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude.
Now, so that tells you that it's talking about Christ. Come on. Let's go to Paul. Give me Acts 21. Let's hurry up. Acts 21. Hey, pull that picture up of Paul. And we'll play it after we read the scripture. Back in 35. Yeah.
The book of Acts, chapter 21, verse 35. And when he came upon the stairs, so it was that he was born of the soldiers for the violence of the people. Verse 36. For the multitude of the people followed after, crying, away with him. And as Paul was to be led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain. Verse 38.
Verse 38, yeah.
He said, yeah. Art not thou that Egyptian?
Are what?
Art not thou that Egyptian?
So they know what? The Egyptians were black too. They was dark-skinned people. Aren't you that Egyptian? Why? Because he was a dark man himself. That proves it. We read early in the deal, it says Ham, which is the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, right? But the Ethiopians, the Libyans, the Egyptians, the Canaanites, they're black people, right? Now let's put this, let's pull this up. Let's pull this up. This image right here of Paul. You can find this in the, Russian icons? The Russian icons. You got it up? Look how dark he is. That proves it right there. This is what our forefathers was drawing and painting the picture. That's why imagery is good. We ain't worshiping them, but they drew imagery so we can find out, so we can go back and do what? See, like, dang, that man look like me. He's the same complexion as me. What's going on? Right? All right, you can take that down.
It was okay for us to have images about ourselves. Matter of fact, we the form. How the scripture say we the former of all things. They got that from us. Can you read that real quick?
The book of Hosea, chapter 3 and verse 4.
We always have, and the Most High is good with it. We just don't worship it.
Right.
Read that.
For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king.
Without a king.
And without a prince.
Without a prince.
And without a sacrifice.
And without a sacrifice.
And without an image.
And without a image. We always had image. So when we went into slavery, we lost all that. We lost the imagery. So now our imagery is what? Them, the other nations. That's our imagery now. Hey. We lost ours. We're going to get it back now.
Hey, Sharp, pull up King David.
So it's important.
That's the painting of King David. Go to the next one. Next one. What's that? That's John the Revelator. What do he look like? Black man. Black man. Is it another one?
Some of y'all still hard to.
Still don't believe it.
Still can't believe this.
That's Peter and Paul. What are they? Black? Look at the imagery around it. Those are black people. What the hell is Gino talking about, man? Your dingy, dirty, filthy black skin.
Now watch this. Now let's say Gino Jennings, he became real famous, right? Real popular, right?
He popular now.
Well, to a certain, some people still don't know who he is. But he did major works, major things in the earth, right? Hundreds and hundreds of years passed. They said, "Oh, his color don't matter. He was a so-called white man. He was a white man." I guarantee you, his family would raise hell. His family would raise hell. I'm telling you, he's saying this. His like on Fix Your Face last night. His face all on the buses.
Right. And another thing, hold on, loud stop. Pay attention. All these men has beards on their faces.
You're right.
All these men of renown have beards on their faces.
Right.
Why? Because it's a dang law. It's a law. The hell are you talking about? Because I don't want to wear one. That's evil as hell.
Go to the other one with all the men with the beards.
Now, hold on. Now, this is Abraham. Look at that beard. Dark. Look at it. Look at that. Black.
They can't see that. They can't see it.
Black people,
They can't see it.
Be proud of who you are. Give me Revelation chapter 1. We got to hurry up. Revelation chapter 1. And then give me Job 40 and 10. We'll close that.
The book of Revelations, chapter 1, when we start at verse 4, just go to get right to it.
Yeah,
verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow.
Come on.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass.
His feet was like unto fine brass. Come on.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
As if they burned in the furnace. That's letting you know that Christ is a black man. I don't know what he's talking about. He got a white, like, come on, man. It's talking about his dang hair on his face and his head. Quit trying to manipulate the people. You know what I mean? Got black dirt, like black burnt feet. That means his feet look like everything else on his body, man. Stop playing with the people. Give me Job 40 and 10. Start at verse 8.
The book of Job, chapter 40 and verse 8.
Matter of fact, verse 6.
Job chapter 40 and verse 6. Then answered the Lord unto Job out of the whirlwind and said, Gird up thy loins now like a man. I will demand of thee and declare thou unto me.
Drop down to verse 10.
Verse 10.
So we all know that Job, we start to read into Job and we know that, we see the struggles that Job went through. But Job is an allegory talking about the children of Israel, all right, or what we was going to go through and things like that. We're going to go through trials and tribulations. But guess what? If we stick to it, we're going to have it tenfold, all right? We're going to live forever. We're going to rule these nations again. And we need to be comfortable in our own skin. Come on. In our heritage and everything. And everything the Most High God gave us. Come on.
Verse 10. Deck thyself now with majesty and excellency.
It said, deck thyself now with majesty and excellency, Israel. Come on.
And array thyself with glory and beauty. With glory and beauty.
And array thyself with glory and beauty. Be proud of who you are. Don't be ashamed. Matter of fact, give me Joel 2:27. Talking about shame. Be proud of who you are. The nation of Israel is beautiful. That's why we are light. We are light to the world. We bring salt to this world. You are great people. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
The book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 27.
Come on.
And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed.
We shall what?
Shall never be ashamed.
Don't be ashamed of who you are. The Most High God chose you over everybody. You should be the most happiest person on the planet. You should be trying to keep the commandments of God and faith in Christ. All right? I'm telling you, come learn with it. If you're new to this, right? Learn. But you got to keep the commandments. Apply what you know. All right? Get around people, like-minded people that's going to help you. That's going to build you up. I know a lot of y'all coming out of this Christian church, man, and it's rough and it's evil as hell. But listen, we're going to build you back up. All right? We're going to build you back up according to the commandments of God. All right? Shalom Israel.